Where? Hold on. Where is this? Show me this picture. What is going on?
Slasher.
Dude, I just get things. I don't know where they come from.
The man has a
Hey, man.
right to
Yeah, it's my
You
potato,
ask,
explain.
right?
you ask him a question
Yeah.
about the picture. I mean, you got to give him
Exactly.
the picture. I mean,
Exactly. You
it's
got to
pretty
give him a
hard
moment to
fucking
respond. Now, is that Warcraft 3 that I see on your
Oh,
computer?
I needed a case for my I had these Complexity Creative Arena headphones. And I needed a case for my CD so it wouldn't get scratched. It's the only one I could find.
Okay. Okay. I was like, huh, Destruct's a Warcraft 3 player?
No, I'm horrible at RTS games.
What was your preparation like for this tournament, Destruct?
I pretty much played at night, a few hours a night, mostly with DeHang and Chance, a little bit with Gelisek and Vu. You know, basically all like the pretty good American players. I just whoever was online, I'd play. But for the most part, I think I played Tim a lot, and he pretty much pounded me down 3 games to 1 basically for the last 2 weeks, and then that's about it.
So now we've been talking a lot about Tim and how we think he's going to do, and we talked about you as the American players. But Chance is also there as the third American player. We haven't really talked about him. Now you've been playing with him practice games as much as DeHang, maybe a little bit less. And his big match today is versus Sturmy, and then he also has to play an up and coming British player, Exerby. I don't really know how to pronounce his name, but what do you think is his chances?
What? Icelandic player.
Oh,
I see that picture now, by the way.
Sorry, I didn't
Yeah,
mean
that
to
picture's
insult.
pretty funny.
So what do you think of Chance and how he could do, especially versus Sturmy?
Well, it depends because Chance is 2 different people. So I mean, if good Chance is here, he has a legit shot to beat Sturmy. If bad Chance is here, he's gonna get obliterated. So it depends. I mean, if he's consistent, he'll be okay, but he's got to remain consistent.
Yeah, I totally agree.
And what's the difference between good Chance and bad Chance?
Oh, it's night and day.
Good Chance is like
doesn't
really
file his
disciplined.
taxes. Oh.
Yeah, like bad Chance is like, he gets overly aggressive at times, doesn't pick fights, but when he's playing well, he plays really well. So I mean, if he's playing disciplined and he's timing and the way he should, he'll be fine.
I mean, I think fine, in my opinion, won't be good enough for Chance. Like I love him to death, but I sort of think that like even if he brings his A game, that will get him up to a certain level of some of like the really top players, but it won't get him over it. Now, kind of switching gears for you, like if you're really on your game, I think you move worlds when you're really on your game. And so like I kind of look at you as like if I had to choose an American that might upset this whole thing, my money is on you in this particular situation.
Yeah, dude. See, man, you guys,
No pressure.
You and your Euro love, your Euro love. I mean, you guys realize 3 out of the top players were Americans, right? At QuakeCon. I mean, I know it's been a few months, but I mean,
Plus
come
CTF.
on.
Plus
Come
CTF,
on.
man. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know what to say except we're just as good as these guys are, like for sure, if not better. And I mean, you'll see, I guess, but it's.
So
I
too
mean,
good.
I appreciate it, but it's just. I think we need to get a little more respect, to be honest.
Huh? Well, I don't think there's much difference between the American and European top players. I just think there's more Europeans anyway. So, like,
Oh yeah, definitely.
like if QuakeCon was held over in Europe, and we'd probably have the top 3 because half of you guys couldn't get your asses over there. I mean, we didn't. Not every. We had a lot of our players there, but there's so many European players that can just come in and win these crazy games. You've just seen Toxic beat Faz, and I mean, I know he was at QuakeCon and didn't do very well, but there's a whole there's a bigger pool over here and a bigger practice pool. So I always look to Europe to kind of make the big results. But there's not much difference in dueling styles and skill level between American and Europe. There really is no difference at all. So if one of you guys is kicking ass, you are kicking the ass of everybody, same as one of the European guys. So there's not really much difference at all. I do think there's a big difference in team games, though. I don't know why that is, but dueling,
Yeah.
no difference to me.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about it, Rafa wouldn't be able to stay on top of his game as well as he does if we weren't good enough to practice against. I mean, that's just one way to look at it.
Yeah, so he should be donating some of his prize money to the American pool.
Yeah.
That's
I'd like a
that's what's
percent.
up right now. Yeah. Cool. And if I wasn't commentating, then something I don't know, but I have a percent to do it. We're all in on this. But no, you guys are doing great, and I think not to put pressure on you. I don't know if you handle the. I mean, how I don't know how you handle the pressure well, but I think you are one of the players that can really upset some of the Europeans that have the mentality that they maybe shouldn't be losing to you. But how do you handle the pressure in these tournaments? I mean, are you mentally prepared for every game? Do you feel pressure when you head into the later stages, or you just like cool, calm, and collected?
I mean, dude, I've been doing this so long. It's just like it's pressure, but it's good. I mean, it gets my adrenaline going, and I focus so much more in LAN matches than I do in like online. Like online, I just don't care. It's just so hard to grind it out and just care every game. I just don't care. But when we get on LAN, it's if you're prepared, like I feel like I am, like you kind of know what you need to do. It's like it's a lot like sports. Like playing baseball. Like you're playing like third base, you get a ground ball. It's just it's muscle. It's just instinct. Your training just takes over. You know what to do. It's the same thing in Quake. So I don't really feel like pressure. I just feel like I feel motivated, I guess is the right word for it.
But that also means that at the same time you say to hang, takes you 3-1 in practice games, but you say they don't matter because it's just practice. You don't give every single thing you've got. Do you think that you're kind of going to be on par with him in results? I mean, he was a top 4, I think it was, or no, he was top 8 at Dubai, but top 4 I think is where you could be. So I'm not sure what I'm trying to say, but like, are you going to take it to the next level here just because it's at LAN?
Yeah, I mean, I'd argue I did the same thing at QuakeCon. Like I went into QuakeCon and nobody had a clue, and I upset some good players, and I think I mean, at this point, I don't really know if it's an upset anymore. You know what I'm saying? I think it's more of who's going to win this game between me and whoever.
Yeah, I think it's more like that. I mean, Rafa told me you got really strong before some of the events, and it was a shame that you couldn't come to Dubai. So, any more questions, Slasher?
Well, we're here talking with Brian Destruct Flander after his games versus Faz and Toxic. Destruct won his group, and we'll be moving on, waiting for the next set of groups to go on. A little bit update on that. Looks like DreamHack is having a little bit of a delay because they did not get an IP pool big enough, so they have a few computers without network right now. So they have to finish up 2 more matches, Rainer versus Chasse and Toxic versus RMD. And then after that, we should be able to get to our next set of groups featuring matches such as Sparty versus Linku, Maddox versus Strength, Sturmy versus Chance, and we will also get to see Cypher in action. We were going to be able to see Cypher versus Fuki, but Fuki dropped out, so he will be replaced by some random no-name.
I think all of us have to play RMD. Me, Faz, and Toxic all have to play on. I think.
Oh, wow.
Actually, I don't know if I have to, but whatever.
Do you want to?
Yeah, I mean, the more I can play, the better. Why not?
Right on. I think we've pretty much picked your brain apart, Destruct. Do you have any shout-outs to fellow players or anything that you really want to get across? We got about 1,000 people watching right now. No pressure.
Not really. Obviously, I hope the Americans do well, simply because they're my friends. But there's a lot of great players here, and I think it's going to be a really fun tournament. I think I might be playing Lincoln first round of the single elim, which in my opinion, I think it's kind of a favorable matchup. So if it works out that way, then good.
Do you know what group letter you will be playing?
Group A plays B and Group C plays D. I think it kind of works out like that.
A plays B.
We're not 100% sure. I mean, this is all I'm speculating, so don't take it officially here. But I think at the first round you're going to see a couple like amazing games, and then the next round you're going to see really good games. That's when it's like really good players all left. So I'm kind of hoping I can get there.
We do too.
I got that picture you sent me. So if you want any comments on that, that hat is it's your standard winter hat. So I don't really know what anybody else is.
A standard winter hat.
About. Yeah.
Doesn't look like a standard winter hat to me. That's okay.
It's like one of those, like hats with the brim on it. It's like a wool hat. I just kind of have it sitting high on my head, so it looks like a top hat kind of.
It does look a bit interesting. Everyone.